I'm CHIARA MEECHAN, your Miss South Lanarkshire Galaxy 2020 to 2021, and you're watching the Pageants and PPJs podcast.
What's up, guys? It's Adrian from the Pageant project. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Hope you all remembered that the clocks have gone ahead. If you haven't by now, then something's probably very wrong. Special guest for today is CHIARA MEECHAN, she whose surname I can never remember how to pronounce. CHIARA, how are you?
I'm good, considering the Scottish weather not being able to make its mind up. We've got snow, hail, rain, sun all in the one day, but it's all right considering.
Well, I mean, that at least sounds exciting. I mean, it sounds slightly psychotic, but it sounds exciting.
Yeah, at least it's not boring. Changing it up every so often.
From hail to snow to rain to sleet. Yeah, you're running through the gamut of really attractive weather there. That's a nice book you've got in the background. What's on top of our book? That looks cool.
It's a little it's a photo. It's got a wee crown on it, but it says lots of different things on it, like crown, sash, sparkles, gown, and then it's got the title on it that I last won, which was Miss Teen Royale UK, and it was one of the little Scottish pageant girls that came and she gave it to me when I won. It's lovely.
That's so cute.
Sits pride of place on my little shelf. So cute. I love it.
I wish I could see it. I mean, it looks really, really gorgeous.
It's got some really like sparkly things inside it.
Oh, is it your handover gift?
No, I got it the night that I won. Wasn't expecting it at all. It was Jessica, Little Miss Teen Stirling. She's competing for Little Miss Teen Great Britain. It was her that gave me it. It's lovely.
Bless her.
Did she make that herself? I've never seen anything like that. I mean,
I don't know where she got it from. I don't know if I'm wrong. I think she's going to be Gran.
She's going to get loads of orders after this.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's all printed. It's printed onto the paper, but I don't know how she got it into like the crown shape. But I love it. It's so cute.
Okay. I think if that's like a little Etsy shop or something, we need to send them a lot of business, because that's very unique and different. I'd like to see that sort of design on a mug or something. That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
Yeah, so we'll catch up with Cara in a sec. Danielle, apart from me slagging her off with that photo I posted up, Danielle, you didn't like that photo?
Thanks for that. Do me dirty. I said I'm going to get you back. It's quite funny actually, because I got a message saying that
photo.
I got a message from someone saying that our relationship, our friendship, our banter with each other is giving them life. So yeah, it's quite funny. So yeah, I'm going to get you back. Don't know when. It will be when you least expect it, but it is coming. Something big is coming. Kwan is coming.
Can you at least, so for people who missed the photo, I mean, I think I have it here somewhere. So Danny, do you at least, I'll show the audience, do you at least remember when, it's a screen grab. Can you remember when? Like, do you know when that screen grab was from?
No, it was when something awkward happened. I'm guessing that's my awkward face.
There it is.
It's like my oh.
You look so cute.
Someone, who was it that commented below saying that I reminded them of Shrek? You know that meme.
That was
Shrek,
Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy Davies. I have not watched Shrek, but I watched that GIF and it's like, yeah, it actually looks kind of similar. This was after we finished our podcast last week with Jeanette, and for some reason the software was a bit slow to cut our live feed. So at the very last split second, when I thought everything had cut off, it flashed back to our webcams, and I'm just looking like normal. And Danielle has that face on.
You do not look normal. You look like done with life.
Well, that's pretty much how I feel after every podcast. I don't know what your face is though. What were you? That looks like the guilty face.
I don't know. Maybe I realised that you didn't cut off properly, and I'm just like, oh.
I just can't stop thinking of that Shrek meme now.
It does. It is like,
I've never seen it.
I love
I
it.
can't remember what happened in that scene, but it's something that awkward
He's like,
happened.
I've not seen Shrek. There's a lot of
You not seen
There's a lot of things.
no,
There's a lot of things I haven't seen and every time I say I haven't seen something, wait half a second, and all you hear from Chloe is that I can't do that noise. My voice doesn't go that high pitched. If I inhale that much, I'll have the hiccups. But I haven't seen Shrek. I haven't seen Frozen. I haven't seen Grease.
Frozen
There's
doesn't
a lot of
matter. Neither
things.
does Grease, but Shrek matters. Like
Shrek matters.
Why does that one matter more than
Dumb
people get
it.
offended when I haven't seen Frozen?
Doesn't matter. Frozen doesn't matter. Shrek matters. Why haven't
Why
you
does
watched
Shrek matter?
Because
That's
Why
a
does
nice folder.
Shrek is life.
life.
It is.
Have you seen the thing of Shrek and he like floats
Shrek
into like it's like the little cartoon and he floats into the boys' room. I know it's gonna sound really weird, but he like floats in.
Have you
I
seen the
don't
video?
think
He floats through the
a
window.
green
and
giant floating into a boy's room is
Chloe's lost
that
it.
doesn't sound great. I need to see this now.
Yeah.
Chloe's lost the plot.
So, for those of you who don't know, both Danielle and Chloe have started new jobs. Chloe was saying that the steps have tired her out. So, if Chloe is overly emotional tonight, it's because she's tired, apparently. You're right there, Chloe.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got the flashbacks of that thing that Chiara's talking about. And I just got
I think we need to find the video.
Yeah, you need to watch
Is
it.
it a video? Is it a
I
TikTok?
don't even
What
know
should
what
I
it's
look up?
called.
Shrek floating out the window? Is it Shrek floating out the window?
They're like in the window. I don't even know what it's called.
Into boys'
Chloe's
room.
gone.
No, you can't put that on.
Watching. No, I can't find it. All right, I'll have to find. Guys, if anyone at home
Just-
knows what I have to
just
Google
watch
to
it and
find
put-
that,
Your
Put it in
spare
the
time.
link.
I think it's called Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life.
Shrek is life. That's what it says. Shrek's life.
Put Shrek is
Shrek
life in.
is love. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. It's a video, but I'll look it up after. There's a
Yeah.
YouTubers react to Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Okay. Anyway, let's see what the comments are doing. Rachel, hello everyone.
Hey,
Hope you're all doing well. Hello, Rach. Kev, even though I'm not here for long as I have a crazy, massive day tomorrow, I need an early night. That's fair enough. Rachel, OMG, Adrian, those are some of the best movies you'll need to watch, and they are classics. Nah.
Literally, Chloe's
I mean,
crying right now.
Rachel, yeah, I'm just ignoring Chloe while she has her little meltdown there. If I haven't watched Grease by now, Rachel, I mean, I'm
doesn't
probably
matter.
never ever going to watch it. Although every time there's karaoke night, it's always the Grease mega mix. So I've sung the Grease songs many times. I've just never ever watched the movie. And there was this, I don't know if it was a meme, but there was Grease with all the music removed. It was on a video, like it was a video, it was on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere. And it was very weird because they're all kind of singing, but there's no music in the background. All right, Chloe's lost it. Shrek 1, 2, and 3 matters. I'm with you there.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm
What
not
about
huge
Puss
into
in Boots?
cartoons.
Oh, I love that.
Boots in boots.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
Is
He
that a
looks like my
recent
cat.
thing?
A couple of years ago
Is it?
now, I think. And Shrek's quite old, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first DVD I got whenever I had one of those like block TVs you have in your room as a kid, like the really
Yeah.
chunky ones. DVD players just became a thing. I must have been about 3 when it came out, maybe 4.
Oh my god, the way to make someone feel old. Jesus.
No, I think it was about 2003. I might have been about 5 actually, or no, it could have been 2002. Yeah, I think it was about 4 or 5.
Did
I've
you
been
ever have
to-
like VHS in your house? Were you too
Yeah.
young?
No, we had that. Like that's what I'm saying. Shrek was my first DVD.
VHS.
Oh,
Way to go,
God.
Danny.
I used to have
Betamax.
Lady
You
in the
ever
Tramp.
remember when you had TV
I had-
and you had to actually flick the channel with the thing and not
Oh
the
yeah,
remote?
actually moved the button.
I actually had purple Barney tapes. They were like the actual tape was purple for Barney. It was quite cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, VHS tapes.
Mm.
Right.
They come in
Like,
there.
for those of you watching at home who don't know what a VHS tape is, first off, go to bed because it's way past your bedtime.
Bedtime.
Secondly, predating Netflix. I mean, what did the order go? I mean, Netflix basically killed off Blockbuster, which hired out DVDs, and I guess you were getting to Blu-rays. But before that, before DVDs was VHS, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything in between.
No.
God, that's going back 20, 30 years. Kev is asking me, Adrian, have you watched The Labyrinth?
Oh, good film. That's a classic.
Labyrinth,
So good.
come in.
No. Chloe is freakishly good at identifying songs, so if you ever need a trivia night partner where it's about music, bring Chloe. Don't take me anywhere.
Don't
I am
have
useless
team
at trivia.
If there's a movie round, do not invite Adrian to be on your team.
Adrian's never even heard of Snow is Falling. Like, he'd never heard that song before. When
The
me and
Christmas
Danielle...
song.
Yeah, snow is falling all around me.
What? That's a Christmas song. Everyone knows.
He doesn't know it.
Song.
He's never heard of it.
I don't. I'm not
Do
making
you
it up.
not have Christmas songs in Australia because it doesn't get Christmassy?
No, we have songs, but they're
it's your
not
summer.
songs like that. Yeah, I know
snow
that
isn't
much.
falling.
That's one thing I do know.
But I was thinking that because you wouldn't have
Never.
snow. So
I
it
know
wouldn't make
Christmas
sense.
carols like, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas and all the usual, but I've never heard that song before.
It's like the best one.
It's like one of those ones where when you're decorating your Christmas tree, it's like,
It's a season
for love and
understanding.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
When I told Chiara that we occasionally talk about pageantry, you can see, Chiara, what I mean. That they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, there is pageantry in the world. We'll get to it at some stage. I mean, at Christmas here, very often it's like 30 degrees or 40 degrees. So you don't feel like
Go to the
talking about,
beach.
snow and doing this. Yeah, you're lying on the beach. Most people are passed out because of all the alcohol they've drunk. It is Australia. They're not, I assure you, they're not doing this. They're just on the
Something's the
beach
same here.
burning. Well, except you guys aren't doing it on the beach, although
No,
if
we're
you
on
were
our
drunk enough, maybe you
sofas.
would.
In a food
Yeah,
coma.
the position is the same, but the weather is very, very different. Chiara, what's the sunniest place, warmest place you've been to? Please don't tell me Scotland. Like, have you ever been outside the UK?
Yes, I have. I've been to Spain before and I've been to Paris. So I went to Disneyland Paris and it was quite hot there. But they said there was a storm coming, so they closed the park and my mum took a picture of me and my little brother because it started to rain. It was raining, but they said it was a storm and you could see everyone else underneath the shelter behind us and you could tell that we were Scottish because we were out in the rain, like, it's raining, it's cooling us down. And there was another family with their kids that were out in the rain and they were Scottish too. And you could tell, it's like spot the Scottish
You used
people.
to it.
Yep. So we were out in the rain, like, cool me down, because it was absolutely roasting.
So it was like 20 degrees? 21?
Maybe pushing like 26 to 28. Maybe a little, maybe a bit hotter. Because my mum,
Tropical.
when I came off my interview the last time, my mum was like, you said the hottest that you've ever had was like 23 degrees. She was like, that's wrong. She's downstairs shouting 30. So I might have estimated it a little bit wrong. Yeah. So
let me tell you this story. One time I was coming back from the UK and it had been not too bad for UK weather as I understand it, but it had been winter because it was around Christmas time, and it had been 0. Like, I had been in Cardiff, staying in Cardiff, and there'd been snow and things like that. Get back to Australia, 48-hour flight. Can you guess how hot it was the day I got back?
33 degrees. 34,
37.
35, 36, 37,
No.
38, 39,
40.
40, 41, 44,
45.
43,
50.
44. Hold on, is that
It was
Fahrenheit?
50 degrees. It was some stupidly freakish hot day that broke all the records, and I had gone from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. And because of, you're jet lagged, you're lying in bed trying to sleep, and all you're doing is swimming in a puddle of your own sweat. That was something else. So when you guys say, 20, 25, 26 is hot, and your mum's yelling 30, I'm like, try 50. It's like basically sitting in an oven.
Maybe a crisp.
No, I couldn't do that.
I was trying. Yeah, I was in bed. I wasn't a very crisp. I was pretty soggy, but yeah. Is Scottish weather that much worse though than UK weather? The UK weather is generally pretty soggy,
UK?
isn't it?
I'm just
You mean-
like
So
you. You're
Well, I mean, yeah,
just
sorry.
like
Like
me.
English.
like
Don't know what you guys are talking
I feel
about.
like Scotland's more wet. Well, I'm down in the south of England, so
Yeah.
it rains a fair bit, but it doesn't rain like I'd say rains.
Ireland is pretty wet though as
Like,
well. Though that's
yeah.
why it's green. So is Scotland that
Yeah.
much wetter than Ireland? Wetter than London? Wetter than
we're
Cardiff?
we're about the same, I think. Like us in
So
Scotland.
what is
Yeah.
the dampest city in the UK?
It's got to
Derry?
be.
Derry.
Although they do say it's always rainy in Manchester, don't they? Isn't that a thing? It's always rainy in
Yeah.
Manchester. It's like a
Is that
saying.
a song? Is it? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. Every time I've been to Manchester, it's been fine. No rain.
Yeah.
Oh no, I went to a festival in Manchester and the rain was unbearable. Like the whole day. But me and Nocky were just like dancing in the rain anyway. We were having a great time, and Amy.
Was that the one just
Of
before the
course
power
you were.
pageant?
Yeah, just before the famous fire pageant.
Guys, my
Guys, can you
Nando's
still
has
hear me?
just. Yeah, I can hear you. My
Oh,
Nando's
you
has just
can.
arrived, and I can just smell my Nando's. It was
Why
really
don't you go
late.
grab it?
Cheeky
I can't eat
Nando's.
on camera. You know,
You can, and I promise I won't take
can
another
I?
photo.
I don't want to be that person. Can I grab my chips?
Just don't
Yeah, I
chew
know it
into
is.
the
I can-
microphone because I will mute you if you chew into the microphone. Because
This was supposed to arrive. How late was this? Ages.
Chloe, stop.
40
Oh,
minutes
it's
late.
not-
I was supposed to eat this before. Oh, don't.
No.
Nasty.
Chloe, you sound like a large dog licking the water bowl. It's a horrible sound. Stop. Bloody ASMR. You can't do that. You don't have the voice. I can do that. You can't.
Get any sauce?
What have you got there, Danielle? Or the fries, is
Chip.
it?
Chips. Yeah.
Do you call those fries or chips? I get confused. I thought you called them
Chips.
chips. Okay. We call those. Okay. Kev is asking me another question. Adrian, have you heard of the frog song? No. I know who Paul
I don't even know what the
McCartney
frog
is.
song is.
I don't know what the frog song is. Ralph has said, good
There's some
afternoon all.
downstairs.
Hello, Ralph. Erica has said, hey, all from South
Can I get the hot one,
Wales.
please? Thank you.
Erica, my state in Australia,
I'm South
just
Wales
for the record, is New South Wales. That's my state. NSW is New South Wales. We stole all the names from the UK, so we have a Newcastle, for example. We have all these names from the UK, and we couldn't. The Aussies were very unimaginative, and we just used all the same names again. So we have a Cardiff as well. We probably
It's the
have
same with America
every
as
city
well.
that.
Yeah, there's a
America's got
dairy in
like-
America.
Oh, I didn't know
There's a
that.
place called Sandwich in Massachusetts. Random.
Sandwich. Sounds nice. Elizabeth has said, hey, and that it's always wet in Cumbria. Ralph is laughing, and Darcy has said, I'm Nottinghamshire. It's lovely here today, super sunny. What's
Yeah,
happening
big
in
up
Nottinghamshire?
I've got family in Nottingham.
How come Nottingham is sunny and the rest of
Oh,
you
it's
are wet?
sunny here today. No, it's sunny. It was bright sunshine here today. It was like one cloud in the sky. Lovely.
Oh wow.
In fact, I
So,
just
Chiara,
spoke
was
to
it
someone
sunny for
that's
you
in-
today?
No.
Neither.
It was meant to rain, but it didn't. It was just cloudy. Well, I went out a walk today and I was at the top of the hill and you could just see this little patch, like, where there was sun, but it was nowhere near me.
No.
Just clouds, grey clouds.
It was over in Wales.
I feel
in
so
England.
sorry for you guys. I don't know how you deal with long periods without seeing the sun. I mean, I
Neither.
couldn't do it. I thought the whole seasonal affective disorder was a joke until I actually spent time in the UK, and I'm pretty sure I got seasonal affective disorder because if I go for a week without seeing the sun, I'm going to feel like something is wrong. So I don't know how you guys do it over there.
And people wonder why Brits drink.
Mhm.
right?
That's true. Although I'd say the Aussies drink as much as the Brits, and we don't have that excuse. So I think a lot of cultures find an excuse, whatever the reason is, a rationalization. Chloe, are you coughing, or you have something to say?
No, I'm coughing.
Let's so Danielle, how is the new job going apart from looking at people's feet?
Okay, so a bit of context, guys.
No context.
Bit of context. I'm just getting people to get their feet out. So I'm working for a small accountants firm. You choking, or you got something to say? You're laughing.
I just think it's funny without the context.
Yeah. So I'm working for a small family-run accountancy firm, and everyone is really close. So you can have banter, which is great because I'm used to working in a corporate environment and no one's got a sense of humour with fear of being called out at HR. So everyone really gets on. And somehow we got onto the topic of feet and belly buttons. And one of the lads was like, I've got really nice feet. So me being the new person, being like, go on then, get them out. And they were like, oh, the new girls asked you to get your feet out. And he actually did. And to be fair to him, he had good looking feet. He gets regular pedicures and he gets manicures. So yeah. That was a highlight of my day today. But yeah, the job's going really good. It's nice. Everyone's got a sense of humour, which is good.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to say feet and belly buttons, and then
we didn't get, but
he
no,
had a nice belly button, and you were getting him to get his belly button out, and the only thing that could be worse than feet would be belly buttons. Who wants?
I draw the line. I draw the line.
Belly buttons creep me out.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I don't want to look at my own belly
buttons.
I don't.
Do you ever
How do you feel?
Touch your belly button? And it's, no, because do you ever fake tan and you get some fake tan on your belly button and then you try and clean it out, and then that feeling when you touch the middle of your belly button, it just feels weird. Yeah. Why is there a tingly feeling when you?
It's just the weirdest sensation ever, and it's horrible.
It's horrible, yeah.
If anyone touches my belly button, there will be violence.
Yeah,
horrible.
So no poking you in the belly button then?
No, I'm not. No, please, don't do it. Do not go poking me in the belly button.
Yeah.
No.
I know what I'm doing next time I'm in the UK.
Jordan did it the other day and he regretted it.
Weird sensation.
Yeah, he's like, yes, weird. I do. I regret doing that.
Why
did
is
he get a black eye, did he?
Why does it feel weird? Is there a reason why you get that strange sensation when you touch
it? Going into your insides, isn't it?
It's basically,
I don't know about you, but I've got a really deep belly button. It's like a crater. You can't even see the end of it. It's so bad. I think I want to have
I'm the opposite.
I want to have reconstructive surgery on my belly button to make it smaller, because literally it's an endless pit. You literally lose your entire hand in there if you go to poke. But I feel like it's going into your insides. And you're in,
dear me.
No, mine is the opposite. Mine is kind of like an Audi. So I can touch the middle really easily, and it's just a horrible sensation. Oh.
Do you think it's because it's
you stop
basically
doing
a scar?
That,
yeah,
because it's been cut, and that's what makes your belly button. And it's like a wee scar, a wee star-shaped scar, and that's why it's so gross. Weird.
It's so gross.
It could be.
I want my belly button done.
Oh, I don't.
Would you want to have surgery to just remove your belly button? You could be belly buttonless. Yeah, just smooth.
I would happily.
It would be very a belly buttonotomy.
There's no use for it.
It's very hot here in Orlando. It's 81 degrees. Ralph, that's Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Stop making us jealous.
Doesn't sound too bad. Sounds quite nice. 81. I know 100 is very hot. That's kind of like 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Darcy, 22 here tomorrow, and then it's gone for snow next week.
Oh.
See, I don't mind. Yeah. The one time I don't mind when it's cold is if I'm. I think I was talking to Chloe about this. Like if I'm going skiing and it's snowing, it's like you don't I don't mind it being cold then, obviously, but also I don't notice it because you're having fun. And snow for me, being an Australian, we never get snow. There's still the novelty of it. So if I see snow, I'll get really excited like a child. Although that happens with a lot of things. But what I can't stand is just eternal damp. I don't do eternal damp. Because the UK doesn't even rain properly. It just... I remember when I was in Cardiff, literally it would rain kind of horizontally, but the rain would just mist, and the rain would stay in the air. So you'd go outside, you come back, and you'd just be kind of sheening and wet. But it hadn't even rained. In Australia, it pours or it's sunny.
It's like
we get mizzles. We get mizzles all the time. Like where it usually it happens before the heavy rain starts. Like, do you know that rain where you can't really see it, but you feel it.
Yeah.
But then the heavy rain starts.
It reminds me of the Peter Kay sketch. It's not that. It's that light. It's that fine rain that soaks you right through.
It does, like that little like fluffy rain. It gets you just as like soaked as like normal rain would.
Yeah.
So annoying.
But I don't think it's because it hits you. I think because you move through it and you just sort of collect all of it.
Yeah.
So I think if you stood perfectly still, you'd actually be okay. But you're walking through it and you just end up with water everywhere. Jasmine has said, "Is it weird that I had to check out my belly button then to compare?" A little.
My belly button's so ugly.
Guys, you can tell us if you're watching from home whether you have an innie or an outie. I think the majority of people have an innie. I think.
Oh, now you're making me feel weird because I have an outie.
Mine's is
no, you're unique, Chloe. You're special.
Normal.
Mine's is outie as well. So
there you go.
I would rather an outie. Mine is a deep innie. Like I don't like any. I could store stuff in my belly button. It's so deep.
I would rather that because then, like, you can't see the middle and people can't poke it as easy, like, and you can't get that weird sensation as easy.
Hello.
Annie, have you ever, whilst you were bored or drunk or both, actually tried doing that? Just
into my belly button.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't, but now you're giving me ideas.
I'm not saying to, because my brother is a doctor, like a fairly new one. And you know the joke, I don't know if you guys know, but the joke that doctors have that people go to the ER, the emergency room, because they've put things inside themselves. And then they always have to explain how it got in there. And it's always a really weak excuse, like, oh, I just sat on it. Yeah, I slipped and fell.
Into your life
bulb. On a light bulb. Yeah, it's like, you were going to sit on a light bulb. Okay. So I'm just wondering, because people get bored, they do stupid things. Kev said Audi for me too. Any, I guess, standard. Oh, 50-50. Maybe it is 50-50. So that's Danielle with her new job at a shoe shop, apparently, looking at people's feet and belly buttons.
No.
Chloe, how is your new job going? One day old.
Well, I just started today, and it was lovely to actually get up and get ready and go into the office because my previous job, I trained and worked from home. So, like, being able to get up and get dressed and go to the office 5 days a week will be like the normality I need because I feel like I was being a lot less productive when I was working from home. I wouldn't wear makeup, I would wear sweats every day, and I would just be like super unproductive. And sometimes I would even not go out for my daily walks because I would be doing 11-hour shifts from home, starting at 10 in the morning, finishing at 9 at night. I just didn't really get much exercise in my day. So I'm glad that I have this job, even though it does have stairs, which I'm tired from walking from today. At least that's good. And it means I'm getting up and I'm being more productive, and I'll do stuff before work. I'll do stuff after work. And it feels good. But my only issue was getting up this morning. Well, I had no problem getting up, but I feel really tired now. And I think it was because the clocks went forward at the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So when we woke up on Sunday morning, it didn't make a difference to us because we're off on Sundays anyway. So when I woke up today, like that's when, the clocks changing hit me, because I was still going to bed like late last night compared to what I should be now that the clocks have moved. So like now I'm just kind of like super tired. Plus I've been so used to like staying at home for months. So actually being like up on the go is quite tiring, even if it is just to work. It's strange.
Yeah, it's going to be funny for a lot of you guys going back to work for the first time and actually being there in person.
I love it. I was so excited. I've never had a job before, I'm actually really excited to go into work. And I woke up like this morning and last night when I was going to bed, I was like, oh, I'm going to work tomorrow. Like, I'm sure that novelty will probably wear off over time, but it was just
give
like...
it a month.
Yeah.
Give it a month. And they'd be like, oh, I got to go to work bloody Monday morning.
Yeah,
but I think people will either be super excited, like you just said, Danny, or people will have slight sort of social anxiety, or more so than they had before, because they haven't been around people for so long. So it's going to be interesting watching you guys go back to work. I get really excited when the clocks go forward because that means summer is here.
Yeah.
And you guys are into spring now. So you're going to start seeing sun until later. Whereas next week, well, this weekend, I think our clocks go back. And I always get sort of super depressed with that because it's like, oh, winter's here, and I hate winter because I hate the cold. Although I won't complain about it to you guys because my cold is your my cold is your toasty, so I'm not going to get any sympathy from you guys at all. Jasmine has said innie. Amber is an innie. Amber, why are you listening on Clubhouse and watching us on Facebook at the same time?
Double whammy. She's giving us the support.
Isn't hearing us once bad enough? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what's going on with Clubhouse. I think everyone jumped on it. It was a bit of a craze, and now I think it's kind of died down. I think it will survive, but I think the craze is dying down a little bit. I still have 6 invites. I'm like one of those people who's got VIP tickets to give away to a concert that no one wants to go to. Like, oh, you want a VIP ticket? And everyone's like, oh, no, thanks.
I keep giving mine away to people,
Clubhouse invite,
and they don't use them. And I'm like, use it, dang it. I wasted one of my things on you.
Well, I've got 6. So if someone wants another one, then just, let me know. I heard... why do I get the feeling I don't want to read this? But we'll find out. I heard recently something called belly button wrestling.
No!
And it made me cringe. No. Where people rub each other's belly buttons until someone is sore. Apparently Audis usually win.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's...
Oh, no.
Belly versus belly.
This Audi would never win that, ever. No.
I wouldn't even let you near.
I'm sorry, but if any stranger came to rub my belly button, I think I would actually punch them in the face or knee them in the crotch. It'd probably be a man, let's be honest. Like, it's just instinct. Like, you're not supposed to. When you have a cat and you poke it in the belly, its reaction is to go like this and attack you. I'm not letting anyone... Well, they will play, but I mean, normally they're not supposed to let you touch their belly. He'll
start wiggling and be like...
That's because your cat is... You're Thomas. Yeah, because he knows you, right? But in general, you're not supposed to allow something to touch your belly because that's where you're vulnerable. So that's just cringe. I can't do that. Thank you, Jasmine, for that insight. I never want to hear that again.
We're going to Google belly button wrestling after this.
No, no.
Would you not watch?
I remember what Chloe did.
To have the advantage.
What did I do?
Remember that other week you were talking about the short... yes, that. I'm like now collecting all the weird sports that I need to see someone else playing, but not myself.
We had a huge party and we had belly button wrestling, we had the Velcro game, like...
For those of you wondering what the Velcro game is, the only reason I'm not saying it is because it's kind of politically incorrect. But put it this way, they were throwing people, a certain type of people, who apparently were being paid for this and were fine with it, against the wall. And they're wrapped in Velcro and they would stick to the wall. I don't know how you won the game, but literally people were throwing other people. Okay. What?
So it's like
bullseye.
Was there a target, was it?
Yeah.
I think so. Well, they get paid. Well, it's people that are really short. Like
Imogen Chapman. So just throw Imogen against the wall.
No, but it's a thing in America where they there's like competitions and they can hire them for parties where they
Of course it's America. Of course it's America. Who's surprised that they came up with that game in America? Only in America.
So they have these games where they throw like the little people they're wearing these like big padded Velcro suits against like a Velcro wall
and like helmets and stuff.
Yeah, they get paid for it. They don't mind because they get paid for it. But it's a game. So
it'll be consensual. I'm assuming you don't imprison them and then throw them against the wall. I think we should have some sort of weird Olympics where we can have all these weird sports.
The Pageant Olympics.
Pageant Olympics.
That's what I was going to say, Danielle.
Wrestling and...
I don't know.
I'm not going to partake in that one.
People to be thrown.
No, the one that I want to play, there was this, it's basically soccer or football, depending on which way you call it, but they're wearing the giant Zorb things, the giant plastic balls.
Cool.
And so they're running, and when they bounce into each other, they all bounce off and they go tumbling down the field. I would love to do that because it just looks hilarious. There was another one, this was on a Japanese game show, where again, they just tried to play soccer or football, but they had reverse binoculars on. So it screws completely with your vision and you don't know where the ball is. If you don't know what I mean, go and try playing a ball sport with binoculars on, and they would run towards a ball and they'd stop because they didn't know where it is, and they end up like just swinging and missing at the ball and sometimes kicking each other. It was hilarious. Yes, Chloe.
I used to love Takeshi's Castle. Do you know the one where they would run through the maze? And these big giant men would like grab them and rub tar over their face and like shove them in the water. Amazing.
Sorry, what? Big giant
men. It was like a Saturday watch or a Sunday. It was always the weekend.
Oh, it was the best. So I used to love the Crystal Maze as well. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun, dun. Is this a TV show? I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Crystal Maze.
Where giant men rub tar on people's face.
Oh yeah, that's Takeshi's Castle.
I love that.
There's a Japanese
game show. I was going to say Takeshi. Oh, okay. All you need to say for future reference, just say Japanese game show. I'm like, okay, I got it.
Okay, I get it.
Because Japanese game shows are the weirdest. I find them hilarious, but no other country would ever do them because they're wrong. I don't know if you guys have seen. There's a game called Silent Library, and they go into a library, and what is it? Let's say the four of us are playing, and there's one skull and crossbones card, and there are 3 safe cards. So we shuffle the cards around, right? Each of one of us picks up on the count 3, 1, 2, turn it over. Whoever gets the skull and crossbones card has to do the punishment, and the idea is that whilst you're doing the punishment, you have to be quiet. But to give you an idea what some of the punishments were, and bear in mind this is in a library, although it's probably a TV studio, one of them was, it just says wasabi. And you go, oh, okay, well, wasabi is hot, but what's the word? No, this big guy comes out, puts this little Japanese man in a chokehold, gets a wasabi, and squeezes a whole tube up his nose.
Oh, even I wouldn't like that.
That was towards the beginning of the episode. For the rest of the episode, because he has to be quiet, he's got glasses. He's crying now because the wasabi's gone. Yeah. And he's just like, and all this wasabi is just coming out his nose.
Oh, no.
So
he's got to do it as quietly as possible. No,
you guys aren't okay with that. There was another one called Slapping Machine. And you're like, what's a slapping machine? And this guy brings, again, it's always someone who brings out this machine. And it's literally a thing that just goes round and round and round with like a floppy hand. And this guy, again, gets this guy in the chokehold and just puts his face there. So the machine just keeps slapping him in the face like this. It's hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm yeah. If you saw it, you would understand. So, Danielle, how are we still on for the Pageant Olympics? Is that a thing? I mean, many moons have passed since we last talked about it.
I actually need to confirm on, because it's been a bit up in the air because obviously with COVID.
Yeah.
So I haven't pushed it recently because I wasn't sure whether restrictions would allow. So I've just kind of put that on the back burner until things started getting up and running again. But it's definitely going to go ahead before the year is out. Ideally, I'd like to do it coincide with the actual Olympics, but we'll see how the situation is here in the UK by then. I think it should be allowed. If we're allowed to have pageants by July, we should. July or June? June.
Is there
so
any
is
news
the Olympics going ahead this year?
Yeah, they're going to be in Japan this year, aren't they?
But no spectators, or no. They're not allowing anyone from overseas to come to watch. So, and also there's weird rules such as you're not allowed to clap, and you're not allowed to cheer because the cheering, it spreads. So it's going to be a very weird Olympics. It's like, can you imagine doing the 100-meter? The 100.
Yeah.
I think you might be allowed to clap, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to cheer, or you cheer quietly.
And they not
as
just
the
wear a
Japanese
face
would
mask?
say.
Yeah, under their mask.
Yeah,
Just
very
shout louder.
worried that
Get one
it
of
will
these.
cause a giant pandemic.
This is what you need. I invested in a new mask. I haven't worn it yet because I haven't had the kahunas. But I saw this on adverts and I just had to get it. I wore it. You've seen this already, Adrian, haven't you? Because I wore it on TikTok live. Hello.
Oh my god.
Can you see it? It's like a pair of glasses, but it's obviously like a face shield.
That's so cool.
Oh God.
So you can wear
That looks
makeup.
like something I should wear at paintball next time, because everyone needs to shoot you in the face.
So it doesn't remove, like, it doesn't take off your makeup, so you can wear full face of makeup with it on. It doesn't give you like acne. Still breathe in it. Like I saw that Miss Grand Thailand wore this when she arrived at Bangkok airport, when she wore a yellow suit, and she wore this because you can still show off your hair and makeup.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
That's
Speaking
cool.
of
Not sponsored.
Miss Grand, no, we should be at some point. We'll have to find a sponsor. I don't know. Who would I choose? You guys will have to think who
It'd have to
would
be like Biscoff.
sponsor. Who'd be an appropriate sponsor for? Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to talk about pageants just for a sec. Amber here was watching to comment and then use Clubhouse to listen while making us. Okay, all right, yeah, because Clubhouse can play in the background. I'm great at making you guys cringe, aren't I? Well, that one time, yeah, that's emblazoned in my mind forever. Sarah Lee is saying hi, and Martha is watching. Hello.
Hello.
Now, I know Danielle was watching Grand. Actually, I know Chloe was. I don't know if CHIARA was. I wasn't because I was sleeping. Danielle, you with your new show, what was it called?
The
Spilling the
royalty.
tea. The royalty. So do you want to catch us up with your thoughts on, and Chloe and CHIARA chime in wherever you want, on Grand and how it went down?
Yeah, so for those that don't know, I've just got my own show on VIP Pageantry. It's called The Royalty, and it's designed to basically give you like an e-news of pageantry within your tea break. So it's usually like 10 minutes long, and it will just be all the information of a rundown of what's been happening in the week of pageantry. My second episode of The Royalty has just gone live. It's over on my Facebook page now if you want to check it out. And in there, I announced the newly crowned Miss Universe delegates. So we've had some more girls crowned for Miss Universe, so introducing them. And then I mainly focused on Miss Grand International, just talking about like the swimwear competition, interviews, and the preliminaries. I loved it. Grand International is definitely one of those pageants where it's very entertaining to watch. There's a lot of wild stuff that happens on that stage. It's no secret that Miss Noat loves the TV personality, and if you watch Miss Grand Thailand, there's all sorts. We had the tornado walk where the girls span around like 4 times. I think Japan outdid her this year and span 5 times. There was a lot of hair flicking, a lot of like love hearts, blowing kisses. It's a fun show.
I love it.
I don't know if anyone saw Miss Bolivia's hair flick. That was interesting, to say the least. Has anyone actually? Did you see that?
I saw Wales's hair flick. She had her hair up, and she's like, "Woo!"
Oh yeah, that was cute. Whereas Bolivia, what did this? Basically, she headbanged full on in her swimwear.
Whiplash.
She almost like she lost her balance while doing it. It was it was a fun one. I love the winner. I think she was the rightful person to win. The winner, Miss USA, Albina, she was consistent in the impact that she made, which I feel like is a really important thing for a queen, but I don't necessarily think that Grand International pick up on that. So it's nice that they have, because usually Grand International, they tend to crown like a gorgeous girl that's very prepared, but not necessarily is done. It sounds terrible because I'm not bashing any of the queens, but they might not have necessarily worked on a platform or made any, you know, impact in their communities necessarily. It's more of a traditional pageant.
It's a show.
It's a show. Whereas the lady that's just won, you know, if you saw her national costume, it was inspired by Black Lives Matter. It transformed. So it was a really big showstopper. It made a massive political and cultural statement. She learnt Thai as well. So like the girl was ready to go and win and move to Bangkok, because those that don't know, if you win Miss Grand International, you move to Bangkok for your time as the queen. So the fact that she, you know, took the initiative to learn Thai for 6 months in the run up to the pageant, and in the top 10, when it comes to a top 10, they each have to deliver a speech. And Miss USA was the last one to go, and she did half of her speech in English and the rest of her speech in Thai, which meant the crowd went wild. I've never seen anything like it before in a pageant before. A lot of time, if a girls will learn English, so that when they come to that moment, they will, you know, speak English. She actually thought, you know, look, it's been held in Thailand. It's run by a Thai organization. I'm going to learn the language. And she delivered, like, she sounded perfect, fluent Thai. It was amazing. And it was just one of those moments. It was just a wow moment. And you just like, you know what, I'd really like her to win, because to dedicate yourself to learn Thai for 6 months, you are ready to become Miss Grand International. That's the amount of dedication that you've put into this. So yeah, it was an amazing show. I really enjoyed it. I got the buzz for pageantry back. I'm not sure if everyone else watched it and now is getting excited for this year ahead. It's like they've kicked off the year.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Pageantry is definitely on the comeback now, because countries are coming out of lockdown, and people are starting to awaken from their pageant slumber, I think. So Danielle, just overall, you feel that the right girl, or at least a very deserving girl, was picked as the winner?
Absolutely, 100%. And she's no stranger to pageantry either. She was a former Miss Universe Ghana and a former Miss Earth Ghana. And I actually engaged in some not arguments, I was just kind of, you know, stating facts to some people online. You know, the Filipino fans are very passionate about their candidate, and of course she was very close. She was first runner-up, but there were some people delivering some low blow comments under the picture, a lot of racism, which was disgusting. So I just call people out on that, really, and just say, like, it's, especially as a former grand contestant, I think, to stand up for the winner and say, look, actually, this is unacceptable what you're saying. For a pageant, an international pageant is celebrating diverse beauty all over the world. How can you say these things? So that people were saying, oh, but she's not USA, she's Ghana. I was like, you do realize you can be dual nationality and be proud of being both, and you can represent both. And I use the example, like, I'm born in England, but I have Welsh heritage and I live in Wales. I am proud to represent both England and Wales, you know. There's lots of instances of queens in the past where they've been born in other countries. And in case of the Philippines, you know, 2 of their recent Miss Universes, Pia Wurtzbach was born in Germany, represented Philippines. Catriona Gray was born in Australia, but represented the Philippines. You can be proud of both. So, yeah, I shouldn't engage in it, but sometimes I get a bee in my bonnet about certain things, and I hate to see. I'm definitely someone that's anti-racist. So when I see something like that, I have to say something. I have to stamp it out, because it just fuels me up. I just get so fired over it. So, yeah.
I would actually like to see, because I mean, something like Miss Grand is a massive show, so I know they can afford staff, or they have staff. I would actually like to see something like that, a show of that size. If anyone bullies people, and I mean proper bullying, like racism. I know Meg Kenny, who we've had on, was Miss Grand New Zealand, and people were calling her Miss Pregnant or something just because she wasn't a stick figure. I would actually like to see an organisation as the size of Miss Grand take the initiative and block people, accounts who make comments like that. I don't mind the disagreement. We need disagreement. That's part of a functioning society. But just the straight out crap.
The straight out racism.
Should be blocked. Should be removed, blocked,
and
reported,
I was surprised that they don't have anyone monitoring that, because they must see the comments. I know obviously it's just happened and there's loads of comments coming in, but they should have, at least a couple of staff monitoring that and deleting those types of comments. But, yeah,
it's not that hard. I mean, even people doing streams on Twitch and things like that have moderators. The purpose of the moderators is explicitly to remove any offensive comments, and you can define what offensive is, and that varies depending on the platform and the context. But just to allow all those comments to remain up there for all eternity.
For her to see
can you imagine?
As well.
That's what I mean. If you win and it's your highlight and you go through and you see comments like that or worse, that she shouldn't have to go through that. I think they should be removed. I'm not in favour of censorship in general, but I think that should be removed. I don't think it has any place.
And it's ironic because when Abina was looking after she'd done Earth, she was, felt like her pageant journey hadn't quite finished yet. So she asked someone, a pageant, industry professional, her words were, what pageant could I enter that is most accepting of women, of girls like me, that look like me? Mm-hmm. And that is just such a heart-wrenching thing to even think, yet to ask someone what pageant will accept me just because of the color of my skin is and they said Grand International is the one that's probably the most accepting. So, and then this happens, what would happen if she'd won any of the others that apparently weren't as accepting? So yeah, just
nobody should ever have to ask themselves anything like that to do with anything in life. Like, it's just it's horrible to think that people need to wake up and think things like that to themselves every day. Like, am I going to be accepted by people? Am I going to be able to do this, like, just because I do have a certain colour of skin? It's horrible.
That's the thing, like white privilege is a thing and we don't even realise that we have it sometimes, and it's sad because it shouldn't never existed in the first place. Like, racism should have never, ever, ever existed. Ever. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
But
racism is
taught. Kudos to her for having the bravery and the courage and the insight to ask that, because as much as, I'd like to think none of us are racist, it does exist. And if you can work your way around it, then, more power to you. Not saying that you should have to, but whilst it exists, get around it if you can. Kev has said Miss England are selling tickets for their final and having guests, and their final is planned for 24th June. So I guess you can have an audience. So what's happening with lockdown in the UK? Is it gone? Is it still there? Like, obviously you guys are at work, so it must have partially gone. What's the state of lockdown at the moment?
So you're allowed to go to work, but go on, Chloe, you do the impression.
Go to work, but don't go to work if you can't. If you can work from home, work from home.
If your friends ask you to come over, say no.
You're not to see your friends. If your friends ask you to meet, say no.
That's how you can tell Chloe is tired, when she can't nail that impression the first time. So you can go to work. What about socialising, pubs? I was going to say brawls. I don't mean brawls.
Closed.
I mean weddings, funerals.
I'm in
closed.
Wales, and Wales have just opened up our hairdressers. But I know in England, I'm not sure about Scotland, the hairdressers are still closed, so we can actually get haircuts here.
We should be open.
That's why everyone's hair is so long.
Oh, yeah.
You go. Yeah,
we should be opening next month. Hairdressers. I think it might be on or around the 26th or the 23rd. Our hairdressers are opening.
Wow. Okay.
But whereabouts is it that you're allowed to meet up with two households, like outdoors? When does that start?
I think that started today. Where you can go out and play sports.
Yeah, you can have like people over in the garden, or you can meet up with like two households outside. But you're still not allowed to go inside other people's houses, and the shops and things aren't opened up yet.
It's so confusing.
Okay.
Sorry, guys,
when is that date?
I'm going to plug you in.
When is that date that Boris Johnson said that everything was going to go back to normal?
21st of June. I don't see it happening.
21st of June.
All right, and Miss England is the 24th of June, so that would make sense. I really hope you guys get there. I mean, I assume the vaccinations are still rolling out, so
I think they're slowing down a bit now, though.
Yeah, something not happened with like somewhere outside of the EU that has like one of the main ingredients for Oxford AstraZeneca,
Yeah,
and they're not
India.
sending it over.
Yeah, it's India. Like, we've ordered them, but they said like, you guys have got enough, so you can't have more or something. I don't know what it was, but
I just
something
don't
like
get
that.
it. It's our vaccine that's been that was like made over here, and now they're stopping us from having it.
Like, well, the Italians did the same. I think it was the Italians did the same with a bunch of stuff that was earmarked for us. They said, well, we don't have enough, so you can't have it. I'm sorry, when did that become acceptable? I mean, literally, it's like I bought a car from, let's say, Germany. It's getting a shot. No, you have enough cars. We're keeping it. Like, no. Pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to work.
You're playing with people's lives.
Yeah, it's this whole thing. Like, I think their choice, their view, whoever did that, is Italian lives. We have to look after Italian lives. It's not dissimilar to sometimes you see like.
You guys haven't had your cases are like non-existent, and you're like on a big massive island at the other side next to New Zealand, are all fine at the moment. Just as long as you don't get anyone coming into the country, you should be fine. Whereas Italy's in a quite bad state still.
Yeah.
Oh no, I completely understand that from a moral point of view. But legally and just as a person, if you've promised to do something, I don't even think the vaccine was made. I don't even think it was made in Italy. I don't think it was their place to say that we couldn't have it. I think they just literally stopped the shipping containers going through. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, yes, we may not have it. That doesn't mean you get to withhold our stock. Look, the whole thing to me is a bit silly. And hopefully this whole thing is going away and people can return to normal soon, because it's brought out the worst, the best, to be fair, and the worst in some other people. Now, I will throw this one over to Danielle and CHIARA. Sarah Lee has said, I'm doing Miss Galaxy this year. I'm assuming UK. Wide-ranging question. Have you got any tips? I think CHIARA's tip would be to not fall over. But aside from that...
Don't do that. Don't try a turn if you haven't practiced it, because it might not go very well. Make sure you have your on-stage routine down to a T. There you go. Some advice.
Basically, don't walk anywhere with Amy Mizek filming, because Amy also gets all the embarrassing movie films of Chloe. So she must have this talent for filming and catching all the embarrassing moments of all you guys.
Chloe, remember on that day as well, were you not shaving your leg and you cut yourself?
I did.
And you thought you were going to bleed to death?
Oh, was that the same day?
And there was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Naki had to write a letter in the bathroom when we were leaving saying sorry about the blood, because there was like the towels were like had blood seep through, because like I had to start using towels because there was so much blood. It was crazy.
You missed the whole thing. You didn't get in until the break, didn't you know?
And I was like, I started feeling like so dizzy and stuff. I was
Weren't
like,
you
oh
faint?
my God.
Yeah, from blood loss.
Oh,
God's sakes. Okay. So, in terms of advice for Sarah Lee,
it looked like someone
don't
was
suffer major
murdered,
blood loss. Don't fall over. Don't cut yourself shaving. Don't try an impromptu turn on stage for the first time in your life. Anything else?
I'm going to say get involved as much as possible. Galaxy is definitely a system that's about community and community spirit. So get to know other girls in your category or that are going to be competing this year. Make friends, go to appearances, show your sash off, because it won't be any use collecting dust. I know it's hard now because it's all, everything's locked down, but there are tons of online appearances out there. You can still donate time. You can still donate blood.
Not the way CHIARA and Chloe did it, though. Don't put it on a towel and leave it for the hotel staff.
No.
CHIARA's left it on the floor for someone to pick up.
Yeah, there are ways to get involved. So get involved as much as possible. Show that sash off. Enjoy it. Have fun. Be yourself. And know yourself before you get into that interview. So, because if you know yourself, you know exactly how to describe who you are in your interview. So, really think of 3 main points that you'd like to get across to leave the judges with that they need to know about you.
Very nice.
That's my tips. Just have fun. Laugh, smile, don't be nervous.
I remember when I had Emma Collingridge over here and we created a course specifically for UK Galaxy beginners, the one thing that she said that I remember, and tell me if this is still relevant, she said turn up to the rehearsals in your interview wear. Because when you go from rehearsal to interview, you don't have time to change. So when you go, Sarah-Lee, when you go to rehearsals, make sure you attend in your interview wear, because when they call you for interview, you want to be ready for it. You won't have time to change. So that was a tip that I remember.
Yeah, you get pulled from rehearsals to go for your interview.
Yeah. And so don't go to rehearsals with your hair in rollers. Make sure you've got full hair and makeup done for, when you get to orientation at 9 o'clock in the morning. You need your full hair and makeup done for your interview.
I've said this before, I don't know if you guys remember, but Galaxy UK is actually run very differently to Australia Galaxy. So Australia Galaxy, all the divisions run across all the days. So regardless of teen, miss, misses, everyone's there competing 3 or 4 days and all the finals are on the final night. Whereas UK Galaxy, obviously, one night is Ms. And Mrs. One night is teen and little, and next, the final night is Miss. So it's very, very different. I mean, the advantages and disadvantages to both. I do like how with the UK, what happens is, for example, Danielle had her night on the Friday, and then after that, she can relax. I do like that, because after otherwise everyone is kind of stressed out of their brains for the entire time, and then the final night happens, everyone gets crowned, and then everyone just kind of disappears. So it's kind of, I think it's easier to have the social aspect when at least some of the contestants have finished for their year. Although I do feel for the missed contestants like CHIARA, because you've got to compete on the final night, so you never get to relax.
I know.
Yeah, because even if it's Friday night, you can't cut loose. So, yeah. But, if you're Miss or Mrs., it's good for you.
Whereas Australia do it more true to Galaxy International, where they crown everyone on the final night. So it is more true to the international pageant, but it's nice at the UK because you have the excitement of who's going to be crowned next, like on the Saturday, and then who's going to be crowned next on the Sunday. So, and it means that there's a show every night for 3 nights. So it becomes a real event.
It's also good for yourself, Danielle, and Natalie, the Ms. and Mrs. winner, and then the junior and teen. They get to have their first appearances with their new title on that weekend as well. Obviously, Olivia didn't, the Miss contestants never get the chance, but it's good for you guys to be able to have that chance to go as your first appearance. I can go tonight, new title, new crown sash, here I go.
Whilst you bring up Olivia, can I just say, Cafe Mariana, Olivia was saying they're looking for new wait staff for Cafe Mariana. I've put my hand up already, so please, Olivia, I would... You're willing? I will, to work at Cafe Mariana. Oh, now I'm going to be hungry again. Okay, what we'll do is wrap up, because I can literally see Chloe's about to fall asleep or drop dead on the couch, or both. I don't know in which order. Sandal has said hello. Hello, Sandal.
Hi,
in America.
Hi.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Danielle, what have you got coming up in the next week or so?
Oh, so
apart from feet and belly buttons.
There'll be another episode of The Royalty. One's just gone live literally just before coming on here. But there'll be another episode of that. What else have got coming up? I'm just going to be working. I've got clients. And it's my other half's birthday this coming weekend. So we'll be celebrating. But other than that. Also, my Hometown Heroes Awards is going to be extended. Just purely because I haven't managed to film a video to get up about explaining it more, because I've spoken about it on here and I put a few pictures up, but I haven't actually pushed it that hard. So I want to push it a little bit harder and get some more entries. We've had a few, but I quite like to get a few more.
Sounds good.
So it'll probably be extended Chloe? To the end of next month.
Cool. Chloe, what about yourself? What do you got coming up?
I think I'm going to start off by getting some sleep tonight because I'm really tired. I'm going to get myself used to the time change, even though it's 1 hour. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I have no idea. I just feel exhausted. So I'm going to get some sleep, get used to the time zone. It's Easter this weekend. It's also my nephew Evan's birthday. So I'm going to go stay with my sister in Antrim. And she's going to cook us up an Easter dinner and we're going to celebrate my nephew's birthday.
I envisage all the chocolate in the world happening. So
yes.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Sounds fun. Chiara, what about yourself? What have you got coming up?
I'm going to sound really boring compared to everyone else. I really don't have anything coming up. Apart from...
That's me every week.
Yeah. I've got college Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then apart from that, nothing really. Easter on Sunday, but I'm not a lover of chocolate. I prefer crisps. I'm more of a savoury person. So
we've had this discussion.
I get crisps from people for Easter. The odd wee bit of chocolate, but yeah, I get Pringles.
Not Pringles.
Yeah, Pringles are great.
You don't like Pringles?
I can't swallow them.
I nearly
chew them. You're not supposed to swallow them whole.
I can't swallow them. No, they turn mushy and ricey. They don't taste like crisps. They have a horrible gooey texture. My throat rejects them. I can't swallow them. No.
I did nearly choke on a Pringle one time.
Ugh,
it broke and it went sharp and I thought it actually ripped my throat open, but I still eat them.
What are you guys doing that you can't eat Pringles? One of you is choking, one of you is saying it's turning into some horrible slime. It's a crisp. Chew it, swallow it.
It's not a crisp.
There's nothing wrong with Pringles. Oh my god, jeez.
It's not made from potatoes. It's made from, I can't remember what it is. I think I told you this before.
Rice, maize, wheat, flour.
I can't remember
Chloe,
what it was.
you get worked up about the weirdest things.
I don't like them.
You get worked up about things like this. You get worked up about
I'll lick the salt and vinegar off them, and then I'll leave a pile of the crisp. I swear I do
they're
that.
Soggy.
Didn't you do that with something that's chocolatey, where you eat the chocolate off of it?
No, I lick the Pringles and then I leave a pile of the Pringles.
Imagine if someone eats them.
Someone walks in.
I can't eat the actual crisp. The crisp is horrible, but the flavoring's edible.
Chloe, what I would do if I was you is I would put them back in the canister after you've licked
them. I do that all the time. No, I do that. I put them back into the can, but then I throw them out, of course.
Adrian,
I'm just put them back on the canner, put them back on the kitchen counter, and just wait for someone to go.
Someone's probably
this
done
one's
that
a bit
before.
soggy.
I'm like, why is everybody salt and vinegar?
Why are they soggy? Why are they wet?
Soggy Pringles.
There was a husband, one of my friends' dads. He was a bit.
Your husband's friend's dad, dogs, brothers, uncles.
Yes, that's like Spaceballs. Look, this guy, he was a bit round. He liked to eat. And one day he went down to his fridge. He was hungry, I think in the middle of the night. And there was a plate there of meat. And he goes, okay, well, it was ready. It was prepared. It wasn't raw. So he goes for it. And it's like that sandwich meat. I don't know if you guys have it, that it comes in as sort of a sausage and you slice it up and then you put it in your sandwiches. Like Devon or bologna or something like that. So he goes, he eats a whole thing. Next morning, wakes up and his wife asks him, what happened to the dog food? She had sliced it up and he'd eaten
Surely
the
he must have known. It must have tasted different.
It must not have been in gravy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've not eaten pet food, but some people I know have and said, this so-and-so doesn't actually taste that bad.
I quite like the smell of it, but I would never eat it.
No, I don't like the smell of dog food.
Chloe, don't lie. You've definitely eaten a dog biscuit.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I would bet. Come on, never. You've never just been bored one day and just went.
That's something you would do.
What kind of animal do you think I am?
Yeah,
the same sort of animal that licks Pringles and then puts them back in the canister.
Well, I used to eat Scooby snacks when I was little.
There you go.
But they weren't actual dog biscuits. They were just stuff that kids would eat. But that doesn't count, does it?
is just stunned silence after
was
that.
Was it aimed at dogs?
It was aimed at kids. It's like wee biscuit things that I got when I was little.
Was there a dog on the front of the biscuit box?
No.
It's funny where we draw the line in our personal lives, isn't it? It's like licking Pringles is okay, but eating a dog biscuit, what do you take me for? I think, actually, I probably
What's wrong with licking Pringles? It's you guys that's disgusting for swallowing those mushy messes.
I try sometimes and it doesn't work.
Oh, it's horrible.
I figured that out.
All right.
I can't believe that they're not actual crisps.
They're not. Well, I can't remember what it is they're made from, but it's not crisp.
My life's a lie.
I'll let you guys sort that out afterwards. We're going to call it there before Chloe has some sort of stroke about insulting Pringles and telling us all off for doing something else that's completely reasonable, but she just detests. So, Chiara, thank you for being on as our guest.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations for surviving. I think we should be giving all our guests some sort of badge or banner for surviving a night with us. Thank you to Danielle and Chloe. I think Danielle has frozen unless she's just stroking her chin very, very...
I'm back.
No, you're there literally and you're holding your chin like this. This is making another perfect screenshot for me to put up. Another screenshot for me. Thank you, Danielle. Yeah. You're like this.
Yeah, I'm moving just fine for me. It's your dodgy Australian Wi-Fi.
Look at
Stop it! Can you hear me?
Oh, no, she's moving again.
Oh, you're back now.
I was going to have fun.
Wi-Fi, not mine.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see some of you, if we haven't scared you off, next week. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, Confessions is out. To get your copy from Amazon, head to shaw.b/confessionsbook, and I'll see you next time.